Frankie. I'm Erich. And I asked you to think about some questions or problems you had in life that you wanted to change or fix. And going through this life planning guide. And today we're going to be on this little blue part here, which just stands for a spot to put a question or a problem. And the reason we do that is so that we can kind of draw us into the vision in the future that we want, because we're currently here. And you can think of this as like kind of a question and an answer. And the idea is that you have to have a question to have an answer, and an answer to have a question. They kind of like are a pair. But sometimes if you don't know what the question is, you don't know what you want, or you don't know what you have, you don't know what the problem is, you don't know what the answer is, then it's just a little bit too volatile. And so what we want to do here today is create a place to start to document what those problems are, so that we can start to have a place to put the answers. So it'll like draw us forward. Now what we don't want to have happen is this other kind of bad area here, and this is the ego down here. So if we're going this direction, that's called creative tension. The idea here is that this is like a rubber band, and it's drawing you forward and pulling you into the vision. But you can also get in psychological tension, which is where you get pulled away from your vision and down into your ego. And that can happen when there's too much volatility. So if you get too much volatility, then you need to add more structure to be able to get back into this. And so an easy way to understand that is, let's think that we were like starting off with a project. And this is the question or the problem we're trying to solve, and this is the answer. If you don't know the question and you don't know the answer, that's probably frustrating. You're like, well, I don't know where to start. It's too volatile. But if the question is known and the answer is known, maybe I should use check marks for those. If you know the question and you know the answer, then there's also nothing to figure out, because it's fixed and it's kind of done. The only time it really matters is when one of them is missing. This is the best case scenario, because you got a question seeking an answer. Sometimes you have an answer that's seeking a question. Like, for example, you might create a product, but you don't know who to sell it to. Okay. So with all that in mind, we're going to open up this guide and we're going to start to go through it and just try to answer the questions. So you got a pen there. And we're going to go to the section called the question. And it's really just about filling in these boxes here, which for the people on the video, it's just boxes that say, there's one that says questions, problems, there's another one that says needs and wants. So between these 4 boxes, I want you to start to identify and talk it out loud when you're doing it.
All right.
Start to identify what questions or problems, what needs or wants do you have.
Yes.
Because what we want to do is fill in that left kind of question problem box, so that we can start to create tension towards resolving it with the answer box.
Yes. Yes.
Makes sense?
I love it.
Okay.
Okay. So one thing that I'm thinking about, the first thing on my mind, is how I'm trying to figure out how to create stability in my life, and not just financial stability that is draining, but one that connects to like a greater purpose of what I'm wanting, or more like in my body, sustainable income.
Okay.
So I want to understand how to let go, how to let what I care about also be what supports me.
Okay, so that sounds like a want.
It's a want. Okay.
So write that in as many words as you need to so that you remember it, because we'll need to
right.
reference it later.
Want. I'm writing what I care about also supports me. So I guess so taking that same idea and moving it into a question is the goal here to fill in all of these.
Try not to analyze it right now. All we're
Okay.
doing is creating like a catalog,
Okay.
or a dump.
Yeah. A dump of all the things that I want.
Just get it all out of your head and onto paper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Oh, okay. Gosh, what do I want? Gosh, so that's like a bigger career. What a wow. That opens some doors.
The spigot is on now.
Okay, yeah. So I want financial stability. Maybe / abundance. What do I want? I want quality time with my kids. I want. How materialistic can I get here?
Whatever you want.
I want to own a home. I want to create a somatic dance coaching practice.
Okay.
I want clarity in relationships. How much farther should I go in here? Should I move to a different box?
Yeah, maybe one of these other ones would prompt you to think slightly differently. So,
Okay.
Is there a question that you don't know how to answer?
Okay. Yeah, a question I'm asking myself all the time is, how do I make more money?
Yeah.
Make more money. That's the biggest question in my life right now. Specifically without like hustling or draining myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could write that as a problem. You could say hustling for money is a problem.
Yeah. Is a problem. Yes.
So some of these other things, like you were hesitant to write down own a house. So maybe there's something about own it. Like maybe you might be asking yourself, well, how can I own a house?
Yeah.
Because is there something you can unpack there or be more explicit about the problem?
Yeah.
Because what is it specifically that you think you can't do?
Okay. What do I need to allow me to own a home that I cannot do or think I cannot do?
Right. It could be mindset. It could be.
Yeah. I guess to me that's like consistent cash flow.
Okay. So then the need maybe is a good box for that. So it's just consistent cash flow. And this may be a good time to pause or stop, because you're starting to get in this rut where you can't think beyond one of your biggest problems.
Money, money, money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's okay. it just means that that's kind of like your theme for this. But I think in some of the later exercises, once we start to like get it into a structure you trust, then you'll be able to like relax a little bit and be like, okay, now that that's taken care of, now what do I want?
Yeah. Yeah.
But until it is, it becomes almost like a mental block. You can't
Okay.
think past it. Sometimes called it's a cognitive barrier. Which,
Yeah. Like it's the one thing that's keeping me from everything I want in my life.
yeah, cognitive
Yeah.
tax, I guess, is the phrase that I was looking for,
Yeah.
where it's like you have so much overhead that's just thinking about just that one thing. You can't relax into some of the other creative things in your life because you're so worried about just meeting that one need.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this is as simple as the exercise is. In the next video, we'll go on to the visualization exercise.
Great.